Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I am making a chocolate panforte, which through reading the recipe kind of sounds like a fruitcake with a lot of nuts in it. So we'll see how it turns out. But what I've had to do first is I had to toast my blanched hazelnuts and almonds, and so I'm just letting those cool for just a minute. I just toasted them at about 350 for 4 minutes just to give them a nice little golden color. And then I had to blanch hazelnuts again, which went a lot better this time, so that's good. But I also need to put my other stuff in my bowl. So what I have here is a whole mixture of the ingredients for this recipe. So we have pistachios, we have figs, we have dates, we have cranberries, dried cranberries. They're supposed to be dried cherries, but I couldn't find any. So I don't really like cherries anyway, so I substituted with cranberries. Should be fine. This is candied peel, or at least what I could figure out candied peel was. That's literally all it says is candied peel. Candy peel of, I don't know. Anyway, I did some Googling and I wasn't able to have so much luck. So this is like basically the fruit you put in fruitcake. That's as close as I could get. And then we have, it's supposed to be stem ginger. Again, I'm hoping it's just some sort of like weird translation difference between British and American. All I could find was pickled ginger, which was like in the Chinese food aisle. Because it had syrup, because I'm going to need the syrup from the can that it came in later. So I hope this is right. It also just says 2 pieces. How big of a piece there? So I'm hoping this is the right amount of ginger, at least whatever they call stem ginger, because that's what I've got. So I'm just going to tip all that into my bowl. I just had to chop everything up fast. It took me a long time to get all of this ready to go. I'm not going to lie. I mean, because most everything needed to be dried or blanched or chopped roughly. The roughly chopped was nice because then I didn't have to finely chop all of it. Yeah, and then I, had to peel my pistachios, and so it took me a long time to get to this point, which wasn't my favorite, but it is what it is. All right, so I've got all of that in there. I'm going to go back to my cutting board here and get my toasted almonds and hazelnuts quickly chopped up. So I'm going to do that. I hope that's roughly chopped. I never liked those kind of things in recipes either. Like, what do you mean by roughly chopped? I tried to make sure at least they were in halves or in quarters. Seems to be pretty rough to me. Now let me get my almonds. Okay, my almonds were already slivered, so they didn't take as long to chop. Alright, so I just add it all to my bowl. Okay. And then I just give it a mix. I'm just using a mixing bowl today, not my mixer, because it seemed like kind of a weird thing to put in a mixer. It doesn't necessarily say, it just says mixing bowl. So. Okay, that's pretty mixed. It looks very colorful. If you like fruits and nuts. Alright, and then I just need to add my flour. Let's see, I've got flour, cocoa, lots of spices, cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, cloves, nutmeg, salt and pepper all in here. So I'm just going to add that all in. Coat my fruit and nuts. All right, that's pretty coated. And then I need to warm honey. It said runny honey, which I just thought was funny. That was really unintentional. Just because I guess your honey can get solidified, and you can just boil it and it'll get runny again. I have the honey, the sugar, and the stem ginger syrup in my pan over here, and I'm just going to warm it up over a low heat for 2 to 3 minutes. I just need to melt the sugar in there. Okay, so it's been 2 to 3 minutes on the low. I've got to increase the heat slightly, which I did, and now I'm just going to bring it up to 115 degrees Celsius on a sugar thermometer, or a candy thermometer, however you want to phrase it. And then I need to then I'll remove it from the heat once it hits 115 degrees Celsius, and then put in my chocolate. Okay, so I've got my honey, sugar, and chocolate, and I'm stirring it up to try to get it all combined. A word to the wise, the honey, when you're boiling it, that 115 degree mark is right where it starts to dangerously get close to boiling over your pot, or in my case, actually boiling over your pot. Yeah, so I had a little bit of a burning honey on my stove problem, and it did not smell great. So don't do that. I just got distracted by something, and then before I knew it, I had some honey on my burner. So yeah, don't do that. Make sure you're paying attention and stirring it. Okay, so I'm gonna mix well to thoroughly combine, and then I'm going to start forming my logs. Okay, my chocolate is all thoroughly combined with my honey and sugar, and now I just need to pour it into my fruit and nuts. It's quite a viscous material. The honey, I guess, really makes it very thick. Alright, now I just need to mix this up. Okay, I think I finally got it mixed enough. There's still some around the edges that are just not coming together, but it's just going to be what it's going to be. It took a long time to stir it up. I'm not gonna lie, it was like 5 minutes. I was just working at it. It's really sticky, really viscous, so it just didn't want to stir. If you have like a hand mixer and you want to use it, probably recommend it, because it took me a good 5 minutes just stirring this up. But anyway, I've got it all ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is, there's two options here for making the Panforte. Is you can either do it in a 23 centimeter round 10, or you can do it in 2 logs. I'm going to do 2 logs, just so it's easier to share. But so what I'm going to do is, I just need to, I've got baking paper right here. I'm just going to divide it in half as best I can, and then I'm going to try to form it into 18 to 20 centimeter logs, which 18 centimeters, 20 centimeters is, about 8 inches or so. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. see how thick this stuff is. Oh, is that him? Anyway, I'm going to try to use the baking paper as much as I can to help me form it because it's really sticky. Yeah, because it's just not gonna be easy to get my hands off of it. Oh, that's gonna work great. Kind of looking at my ruler to see how. 20 centimeters. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. I'm just gonna roll this guy up as tightly as I can. There we go. I can honestly say I've never cooked anything inside baking paper like this. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. But I do need to put these on the middle shelf for 45 minutes, so they have a long cooking time. At 300 degrees Fahrenheit, if I didn't say that already. So we'll see how that goes. 45 minutes is a long time. This says until firm. And then leave them to cool. Not gonna lie, this is not one of the ones I'm super looking forward to tasting just because I'm not a huge nut person and there's a lot of nuts. And it's just kind of a weird recipe. But we'll see. Maybe it's delicious. Okay, it's been 45 minutes about. And it says that they should be firm. To show that they're done, but then it also says that, you know, they will firm up more as they cool. So are they firm now, or are they going to be firm? It's always a question. I mean, I don't know how much firmer they are than when I first put them in, but it's been 45 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta let them cool before I can even unwrap them. So I'll see you at the tasting. Okay, I am ready to unwrap my Panfortes. So this is what they look like. They did firm up quite a bit from when I pulled them out. So I guess they're done. Firm now. Okay, they're a little sticky, but I'm sorry, this doesn't look very appetizing. I'm gonna put some powdered sugar on top and maybe it'll look better. They do come out quite nicely though, so they didn't get stuck or anything. But yeah, we're supposed to dust with icing sugar, which is powdered sugar. So. There you go. Does that make them look more appeasing? Maybe. Okay. Let's give one a try. This end is kind of funky looking. Anyway. Okay, ready? I mean, it's a weird flavor or texture. I don't know. It's just a bunch of nuts, really, with some chocolate worked in there. I don't know how much I'm actually tasting any fig or date or anything like that, but Maybe I just didn't get them in that bite, but I don't know. This one's for me. Tastes fine.
So,
would you like to taste one?
Sure. Yep. I could hear in the next room. I thought, well, I should try some since you don't really like those kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm not really a nut fan anyway. So.
This looks like a fruitcake. That's not complimentary. It's a fruitcake.
See if he has a better description. It's really dense and chewy.
It is.
And I mean, that's what it said it was going to be. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but...
It almost tastes a little smoky to me.
Smoky?
Yeah.
Like in a good way?
I mean, not in a, I'm going to have a cigarette kind of a way, but smoky. It's very good. I actually kind of like it.
Okay.
But you would eat this in very small bites.
Yeah.
That was
small slices. It suggests in the book, like, with a dessert wine. Maybe that's what you need to get it with. Some wine or coffee.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, there was that bake. The Chocolate Panforte. There you go. All right. I hope to see you guys next time, but that was it. It was kind of a time-consuming bake. I'm not gonna lie. The setup alone took a while. The actual mixing of the stuff wasn't too bad, but yeah, just getting to the point where I could put it all in the thing took a while. So, not my favorite. Husband liked it. Maybe you guys would too. But anyway, see you next bake.